What's up, guys? This is Ninja on the Ninja. Okay. Anyways, I have a video for you today. It's calling you out, women. Um, basically, I don't blame you. I blame Hollywood. But at the same time, you should have learned after the first offense. You should have gave in and got completely absorbed by it, which a lot of you did. Unfortunately, that's why I was single. Also, I will admit, um, I kind of went over the top myself, and there's been girls that I've only done it one time, and I was like, nope, you're not a virgin, I don't want you anymore. And I was stupid and naive back then. I thought virginity was more common because everyone I knew was still virgin. But then when I got older, I realized, oh shit, everyone's a slut, everyone's a burned out hoe, and I could have had so many girls. But, anyways, so I wanted to count or to bring this up. So check this out. Mm. So this is Louis C.K. Alright. And for some reason it's not fitted right. So is it two? Okay, there you go. Nice. So it's a Louis C.K. It's about women. Listen.
It's gonna happen. Watch because you are in the sexual marketplace. Listen, man, I know it's tough right now. A little help for just dumpy young. For guys.
I'm trying to see where it starts.
But for guys like me, this is not. Big Adam's apple. Dude, this situation, my sex life way better at 45.
There we go.
Because of the kind of look, because this situation is okay at 45. This is not a fun kind of a 17-year-old to be. And some people, their life is better when they're younger. You know, young dudes, young skinny dudes.
Perception. The problem is people believe something. And I'm getting to it later.
Best life in the world is being.
So what he's talking about is how when he is younger, being what he is, girls didn't find him attractive because, like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Well, that's what women did back in the day. Is they would see you, see that you're fat and out of shape, and then not date you. But what happens is they eventually realize, and then they date you, right? That's what he get. Anyways, watch.
Being a young skinny dude, they don't have to do anything. They just show up with a big Adam's apple and a smelly T-shirt. Hey, I'm here for the easy pussy for the rest of my life. So where do I? Oh, everywhere? Okay, cool.
And he is right. This is true. There are people who will just get laid because visually they're attractive, and women love that. But the thing is, these women think that they're gonna be with him forever, and they don't realize that he is just using them for sex, and then he's going to leave them. Or they do know that, and they don't realize that they are damaging themselves and using themselves up in the process.
But for guys like me, this is not a fun youth. It gets better. I'd like to make one of those "it gets better" ads.
Real quick, I just want you to know, sex is like a drug. It's much like caffeine. The more you have it, the less, the more resistance you have to enjoying it, essentially. And it's like getting high. You need to more and more and more and more in order to get high. Same with sex. You need more and more. You know, like when you first started, you beat off and you can finish it like 10 seconds. But if you've been having a lot of sex, it takes you like 30 minutes to get off. And that's the problem. And so what happens is these blown out hoes get with these virgin girl dudes, basically these blown out hoes get these virgin dudes and say, oh, the dude can't satisfy me. But the thing is, you're a hoe, and you've been fucking dogs your whole life, and then now you dating a human, and you can't be satisfied, and you blame him when you're a hoe, and that's not normal, basically. I know because I lived through that. The problem was, there was no adults around me to explain that this wasn't normal. Basically, or to explain to everyone else. Everyone around me grew up thinking that this was okay or this was good, this was the way to be. No one was correcting that there's a reason why in some of the richest communities, they like, there's a reason why the father will fight for his daughters to remain sacred, to remain a virgin, and to be pure, right? A dad will fucking kill the dude. Basically, like a very protective father, protecting her virginity, blah blah blah. There's a reason for that. Okay, it didn't just fall out of the sky and there's a reason for that. Okay, and the fact you've been tricked into thinking that it doesn't matter, you're an idiot because it does. That's why these people aren't having sex at 40 or 30. It's because they've had sex their whole fucking teen life and now it's dead. But people who have done it right will fuck until they're 80. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing it right. Instead of using it all now, they divided it through their whole life. So instead of, I'm blown out at 30, it's I've enjoyed it since 80. Or for 80 years, or for 20 years or 30 years, we've been enjoying sex. We've been having sex. And it's healthy and it's happy and it's good times and no one's blown out. She's an hoe. She has been fucking and blah, blah, blah. And so, anyways.
Or just dumpy young guys.
Oh, and then what he's talking about is there's these hot dudes, like as appearance, even females, you look good. But when you get to know them and you realize she's a cunt or a bitch, that's what I mean. Is eventually all of the nice girls are taken and all that's left is the leftovers. That's what he's about to talk about. But I just want to inform you that that's kind of what the discussion is about because it just plopped through the middle of nowhere. So he is talking about boys and girls and then the sexual marketplace, basically, and how it's okay to be an ugly piece of shit like him at 40, but not at 20. Because at 20, you gotta be hot, or it doesn't matter. But that's because the people are stupid. And you don't realize that you need way more than the looks. Because you need to live with one another. So if that person is a cunt or is dumb or is stupid or there's problems with them, you don't want them. And guess what's left when everyone else has been taken, right? So anyways. Oh, or you can be like 6'7", slim, like he's talking about the what's it called, the neck, Adam's apple. You're skinny, your shirt stinks, or like whatever this macho type of guy is. But that is the equivalent of she's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a nice and friendly on the surface, but in reality, you don't want to be with her because she's a judgmental whore, right? So is he. You just don't realize it because of the looks. That's why you're all blown out and why no one wants you anymore. Because you spent your whole life fucking guys like him, and now it's time to settle down. But guess what? Your vagina doesn't close anymore, and you're like, why doesn't every guy like me? Why doesn't nobody like me? Because they want to have sex at some point. And you faking it for the rest of your life, you eventually get tired of it. You just don't want to do it anymore. Whereas me, I want to do it 24/7. You know why? Because I'm not fucking right now. I'm holding back. I'm reserving. I'm being reserved. I haven't been having sex and going out and trying to find it left and right and prostitution, blah blah. I've been no, I'm like nope, nope, stay clean, stay clean. I've been like that before everything happened to me, basically, and still, it's still like now I have trouble getting laid, right? But back then I didn't. Is my point, and I still was like, no, I can't sleep with you because I'm not going to be with you. Whereas guys will be like, yeah, sure, I want to be with you, and they'll fucking like 20 years later, or not even 20 years, but like 20 days later, turns out, oh, he was fucking your best friend. You know why? It's because he doesn't care about you. He's just using you for the pussy. And then he goes and finds your friends and fucks her. And fucks her. I could have had so many fucking girls by now. You have no fucking idea. I lived on a street of nothing but the girls. I was the alpha male on my street. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to fuck, I could have fucked like her sister, and then her sister, and then another family, her and her sister, and another family, her and her sister, another family, her and her sister, another family, her sister, and her sister, another family, her sister. I can give you the names, I can give you the details, I can tell you how they look, blah blah blah. But I was brought up thinking that's why I didn't realize how sacred it actually was, because it was all around me. Like I had my pickings. And there was other males too. It's just they no one stood a chance. Like I dominated. Anyways, so pay attention to what he's saying.
We could use a little help, a little encouragement. Just somebody on TV. Listen, man, I know it's tough right now. You're vaguely heavy with no face. You have zero value on the sexual marketplace. You feel invisible to the girls in school because you are.
Again, it's because they've been lied to and tricked, and they are all believing in this Hollywood fake it till you make it. And then what happens is you get older, and then the magic wears off, and the truth that should have been from the beginning, that was hidden under bullshit, comes out. He doesn't realize that sexual marketplace, it's you're lying, and you're pretending to be something you're not. You're acting like you're easy to work with. You're not. You're acting to be agreeable, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You can put on makeup and you can look cute, but when we wake up the next day and I see you without makeup, I'm not gonna want you if that was the whole reason why I got with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. And eventually, that's all that's left. Is we have to wake up next to one another. And no one wanted that. So why the fuck would I want you now? Now that you've been with every other guy that I know. Like, what the fuck?
But it gets better.
No doubt.
Because you all grow up.
Yeah.
And you pretty much look just like this your whole life.
Yes, true.
And they don't.
True.
Their options start running out really fast.
They gave up, homie. They stopped faking it. Now they're like, okay, I've fucked a million girls, right? I've ruined a million relationships. The whole market is now dead because of me. And I've had sex and I've enjoyed this illusion, because the real joy out of doing that is not so much that you're sleeping around, it's that you pass your seed, it's that you have kids. That's why you have the feeling of sex. It's to have children, basically. But you're out going out there having sex, and you think it makes that was a verb. You think it means something. You think it adds status, or that makes you cool, or blah blah blah. And it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. You're a beta cuck if that's all you're after. Cause the girl, yeah, she'll sleep with you, but she's not gonna marry you. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna have your kid. That's what it's about. That's how you know you're an alpha. You're a man at that point. You had your kid. I have like 10 kids right now. You know what I'm saying? I have 10 women that have my kids right now. That's what it is. But Hollywood, the whole fake it till you make it brigade, has ruined that image, and they made it seem like it's all about sex. No, It is to the petty man who doesn't have a value to his own person, who sucks at Smash Brothers, for example. Like all my friends, I would beat their asses in that video game because I was the alpha, right? And that was our cup of tea. And I beat the shit out of all of them. And I had to lose on purpose, or they wouldn't want to play me anymore. Look it up. It's something that creatures, animals do in the wild. Um, the bigger cat will intentionally lose to the smaller cat so that the smaller cat keeps playing, because if the big cat is always winning, then the smaller cat won't want to play anymore. That's how it works, right? So you can be petty and think, oh, it's all about this, it's all about this, but no one gives a shit. In reality, no one gives a shit, just you. You think you're something special, but you're not. It's a lie, and they've tricked you into believing it's something special. It's not. They've tricked you. It's a lie. It's bullshit. Reality comes calling. That's what it is. Reality comes calling. Like the Bernie Sanders, for example, he is reality. The problem is he doesn't know how to have fun. Basically, he doesn't let go, and that's the difference. Don't be all about work. You need to have fun too. If you can show the people that you can be a goofy ass dude, people will like you more. You know what I'm saying? Don't always be a stick in the mud. You can be a stick in the mud. There's nothing wrong with being a stick in the mud. Sometimes you need to, it's time to grow up, it's time to grow up. Stop it, stop it, stop it. But you have to be able to fuck around at the same time. And I was alpha AF. I had a bunch of women. I had all kinds of girls wanting me. I had hella dudes that hated me because I was awesome. Anyways,
And you're gonna be there. As long as you stay relatively employed and washed, you're gonna be amazing.
as long as, because you're 20. Out of 100, you're 20. What happens is she's a 10, but because of Hollywood, fake it till you make it, she looks like a 90. But what happens is everyone knows it's a gimmick, but they will fuck her. Like everyone dresses up and they pretend to be, oh look at me, I'm some girl from a video game that you like or that you think's hot. Don't I look like her? And yes, you fuck her, and you think it's her, and you never talk to her again. Meanwhile, she has to live with the fact that she just got fucked. You know what I'm saying? That adds up. That's what I'm telling you. That adds up. And her, she is getting more and more and more ruined, and like eventually you have leftovers. Yes, you have your choice of the leftovers. That's what you're talking about, right? He has no idea what pristine women are. All he knows is leftovers. That's what he's talking about. Is what's left, what isn't married. You know what I'm saying? The girls that didn't successfully trick the male or hide the fact that she's actually evil, or the fact that she's selfish, or she's egotistical, or she has anger problems, or there's some fucking bullshit about her that's why she's still single, is because they don't want to marry her. Yes, you have your pick of those girls. Good job, right? But my point was, those girls that are in the market pool should stay pure until they actually find a guy that is something and doesn't claim to be something. And what happened was they tricked girls into thinking it doesn't matter, it's fine, it's just sex. And that's why they invented condoms, right? So that you wouldn't have a kid. So you like so that that process wasn't as that intimacy was still there essentially, right? Like I've been with a girl who believed in condoms, and I've been with a girl who didn't believe in condoms, right? Both of them, unfortunately, didn't make it. They didn't survive. So life is cruel. Okay. Anyways, basically, the first girl, basically like it was like a virgin, like better than a virgin, like it was amazing. I almost finished in like 3 seconds. It felt so good to be inside her. Like the second I pronounced oh, like it just like I was literally sapped of just everything I had was gone. She absorbed it all. She took it all, and that's the point. That's what a woman should make you feel like. That's what men are there to produce. That's why we make cum. It's to what's it called? To impregnate her. She absorbs it to the point that she's able to actually have a kid in her because she's absorbing so much, and so she was a pristine woman, basically, right? Wear your seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen. But basically, um, what's it called? Yeah, so she was really good. The problem was she had this meta in her head that was fucking with her head. So she wasn't very smart, but she was kind of 50-50, right? And I was willing to work with her. And then there was another girl who didn't, and she's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's whatever." And it felt like I was what's it called a hole in the wall with the drape hanging over it. That's how it felt to be with her, because it turned out she was a hoe, and she was lying to me, and I found out to other people. I'm old, by the way. This was years ago. I've had a lot of shit happen to me since. But anyways, this is prior experiences. I'm telling you now, like even this stand-up performance, it was a while ago, but my statement is still true. It's all bullshit. It's all lies. It's meant to trick you. And he is a dumbass. And I think this is why he did so well, is because he was like, hey, here's a message that the rich people and people like Jeffrey Epstein want you to believe. They want you to be stupid and to think this is how it works. So that's why he's popping off. Not because he's better, because there are great comedians that you don't hear of because they don't say the message that the rich want the world to know about. They control the narrative, they control the atmosphere, they control the message. And that's the point. Everything you want the world to know about has to go through them first. And like, I don't want the world to know about that. So this guy, you won't succeed. You won't do well. That's how it works. You won't do well. You won't succeed. Peace. That's how it works. Um, what's it called? And you can be the best, the funniest. You can be whatever, but because you don't pass their line of scrimmage, you don't make it. But meanwhile, if you're an idiot and you're like, "Oh, it's great," and that's what they want you to tell, you're number one. You're popping off. You're going. This is why Bernie Sanders can fill stadiums, but he can't fill a chat room, right? It's because they control the narrative. That's what it is. So, anyways, that's it. Oh, no, hold on, we're not done.
In your 40s, you're gonna be the branch that she can grab before she hits the ground. It's gonna be so great. It just takes time.
It's true. You will be the branch that she hits or she grabs before, but that's if you are nothing. If you are a nobody, then what he's saying is true. Eventually, she has to say yes. But if you're like me and you are an alpha, but you're waiting for the right one, that's how it should be, right? You're waiting for the right one to come by and then you get married. But they've tainted the world and made you believe that it doesn't matter, just have sex. And the reason why is because they want pussy and they want to trick you into thinking that it doesn't matter. And so they will have sex with you now because they tricked you into thinking it doesn't matter, but it does. And it always has mattered. That's why people were going to war and dying to keep that standard alive. That's why they have the whole fucking what's it called, racism, and why there's such a problem. It's because over here you have everyone fucking everyone, and their society's all fucked up. But over here you have people that are actually getting somewhere, becoming something, and then they find the person that they want to be with, and then they get married, and then they have kids, and society works and it does well. That's the anyways. I've been ranting for too long, so I gotta play. Be well, be happy, be safe, take care, be loved, be awesome, be amazing. Share the wealth, share the love, share the life. Don't pull up ladders, put them down, extend them, pick people up. They're on the floor, don't leave them for dead, don't be selfish, don't be an asshole. That seems to be what the world is. They want you to be an asshole, as well as think that getting leftovers, having a choice of leftovers, is a good idea. Don't become leftovers. Don't become stupid. Don't be petty. Don't be an idiot. Don't be. Anyways. Peace out. Be well, be safe. I'm out. Don't let the hit you. Let's put you in peace.